good morning, and thank you for joining us on the Third Eye Television right here, broadcasting from the Central Business District in Abuja. My name is Bivan Magoni, and we have quite interesting conversations today on the morning show. And starting with the ruling of the Federal High Court in Abuja, which turned down the bail application of the former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello, who is being charged by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, for fraud amounting to the tune of 110 billion naira, and also be looking at the Ghanaian presidential election that has been won and lost, but continues to spark significant public discourse in Nigeria and of course across the African continent. And talking about Nigeria, what is INEC or electoral umpires? What is the lessons to learn from all of this? And of course, the summit of the heads of state and government of the ECOWAS, that is Economic Community of West African States, commences in Abuja today. And the case of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger Republic may top the agenda. Now, the question is, will ECOWAS be bold enough to ratify the exit from the regional bloc? We also have press review coming your way. We'll discuss all of this and more with an expert in the studio. Of course, he's not just an expert, he's a writer, public affairs analyst, and also a commentator. Once again, my name is Bivan Magoni, but let's go into the news, looking at the headlines first. Political temperature rises in Nigeria's southeast state of Anambra State as 2025 date for governorship election approaches. Former Governor Yahaya Bello of Kogi State in north-central Nigeria to spend more days in the custody of the economic community, in the custody of the EFCC, before having a date in court to defend allegations of over 100 billion naira fraud. And the ripples of the just concluded presidential election in Ghana continue to draw discourse in Nigeria. As 2025 draws near, the political atmosphere in the southeastern state of Anambra is beginning to gather momentum, with aspirants declaring the intention to run in the governorship election. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has scheduled the governorship election for November 2025. One of the gubernatorial aspirants is the former managing director of the National Inland Waterways Authority, Dr. George Mogalu, who has vowed to tackle insecurity and restore people's confidence if elected governor in the year 2025. Dr. Mogalu, also former national auditor of the ruling All Progressives Congress, stated this in an interview with the News Agency of Nigeria in Abuja. He described the high rate of insecurity in Anambra State as a sign of failure of the incumbent government and lack of people's confidence. Meanwhile, Federal High Court in the Nigerian capital, Abuja, has denied bail to the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, who has been in detention since November 25, 2024. The court, in a ruling delivered by Justice Mary Ann Aneni, described as premature and incompetent the application the former governor filed to be released on bail pending the determination of the charge against him. The court noted that Alhaji Bello filed the bail application even before he surrendered himself to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Justice Aneni, who stressed that a bail application is filed to challenge the detention of a defendant, wondered why the former governor filed his motion at a time he was not in custody. She held that the implication of Alhaji Bello's action was that he attempted to invoke the jurisdiction of the court too early. Bello, who piloted the affairs of Kogi State from 2016 to 2024, is facing trial over his alleged complicity in a 110 billion naira fraud. The ripples of the just concluded presidential election in Ghana, in which former President John Mahama emerged winner, are still reverberating in the Nigerian political space. While the opposition People's Democratic Party believes the outcome signals the end of the ruling All Progressives Congress in the country, other commentators think there are some lessons for the country to learn. On his part, former governor of Ekiti State in southwest Nigeria, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, charged African political actors to emulate Ghana's politics, especially its electoral process. In the same vein, the chairman, Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, who also monitored the Ghanaian polls, hailed the seamless conduct of the 2024 presidential election. Meanwhile, as the heads of state and government of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, set to commence its ordinary summit in Abuja, Nigeria today, it appears the cases of Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, Chad will again be top on the agenda. This is as the regional body is believed to be considering, among other issues, the ratification of the formal withdrawal of the three countries which are currently being run by military juntas. The juntas came to power after separate coups between 2010 and last year, with ECOWAS imposing sanctions and asking for speedy restoration of civilian rule in the three countries. Some of the sanctions earlier imposed on Niger Republic following last year's coup, which ousted President Mohamed Bazoum, have however been removed, and the ECOWAS appears to have been using persuasive push to see the exit of the military regimes in the three countries. Over 3,000 Nigerian-born service members were said to have been granted American citizenship through military naturalization between 2020 and 2024, ranking Nigeria fourth among countries whose citizens were granted U.S. citizenship within the period. During the period under review, the United States naturalized over 52,000 military service members across different countries. According to data obtained from the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service, it indicates that Nigeria is trailing only the Philippines, Jamaica, and also Mexico. The data revealed that the number of Nigerian service members gaining U.S. citizenship has steadily increased over the past 5 years. Officials of the Brazilian meat processing company JBS have arrived in Kebbi State in the northwestern part of Nigeria to explore investment opportunities. The company is described as one of the largest meat processing companies in the world. Their visit followed a visit to Brazil by the Deputy Governor of Kebbi State, Senator Umar Abubakar Tafida, during which discussions on investment were finalized. Commissioner for Animal Health, Husbandry and Fisheries, Kabiru Usman Alarama, stated this when he briefed journalists about the visit during a press conference in Government House in Benin, Kebbi. According to him, officials from the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission will explore avenues for investments and collaboration in livestock development, meat processing, and animal health in Kebbi State. And that is the news right here from the Third Eye Television.